Happy Friday, everybody. This is Grant Russell with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Hope everybody's doing well. Today's Friday, October 6th, and it's my brother's birthday. So, David, happy birthday, buddy. Hope you're watching. Anyways, right behind me, last Friday we did a 37-foot Newmar Super Star 37-foot. I just said that. It's redundant, but anyways. Got a 40-foot bath and a half on it, so we got a 4059, same exterior. It's got the Remy graphics. Thought we'd walk around this one here. We've got several Superstars in stock from 37 feet to 40 feet, bath and a half, single bath. So if you're looking for a specific floor plan, give us a call. We're happy to help you out. But let's get started on this one here. So. As I always mention on a Superstar, they are all built on the Freightliner M2 106 chassis. They're built with a 8.9 liter Cummins 360 horsepower with 1,150 pound-foot of torque. That's going to give you 20,000 pound tow rating. So for pulling the mountains, pulling the hills, these will tow very well. I get that question quite a bit, like, well, what's the horsepower like? You know, well, even though it's a 360, it still has good enough torque to keep you up to speed with that 6-speed Alison transmission. So definitely recommend you come on out, take them for a test drive. Let's go for a spin. You definitely see the power that you get on the M2 106 chassis. Some things unique to Newmar, I always like to point out, they keep the air cab. So this cab is completely separate from the living quarters. They are separate from one another, so when you're going down the road, they are independent. Makes it for a very smooth ride going down the interstate. Also, things you can't see on the rooftop, running down the inside the frames in the back of the coach and the front of the coach. When you're running the air conditioners, there's gutter rails on the top, and they run down the center these pillars here, and they'll drip down underneath the coach instead of running down the side of the coach. Just some things that are unique with Newmar there, just to point out. Also, you have 100 gallons of fuel. There's a 50-gallon tank on this side and a 50-gallon tank on the other side, along with the DEF fuel. These doors are nice because you can lock your fuel, and nobody can have access to that. Got the slides in. With the slides in, you can see how it's completely flush. They don't overlap the sidewalls. These are ran by a cogwheel system. They're very heavy duty, dependable. They're electric mechanism. If you want to come get a shot under this, Jody, I'll kind of point it out. But the cogwheel, you can see under here you'll have a steel rod right here where my hand is, and this is the cogwheel. So that runs the length of that slide, and that's what runs the slide out, and that's what pulls the slide in. Again, it's heavy duty, it's very dependable. And also some things that I get questions quite a bit is when you're running these slides, these coaches are actually built on the suspension. They're not built on the motorhome jacks. So the idea is to run the slides out first, then put your jacks down, and then when it comes time to go, pull the jacks up, run the slides in. These slides are used to going in and out on the suspension. While we're in this bay, also just some things to point out. You do have a auxiliary air. So if I turn this on, that's pumping up air. So that adds air to the coach if you want to access the air on the coach to put air in other vehicle tires. It does come with a 50-foot hose, and if someone has the keys, if someone has the keys and you're wanting to swivel the seats, these seats are always a little bit of a pain in the butt to swivel around when they're all the way down. So if you add air to it, you can raise these seats up. It makes them easier to swivel around and join the living room. But these are air ride seats. And then also in this compartment, you'll notice a little red handle down below here. That is a hot water line. After a long road trip, 300 or 400 mile trip, you get a lot of bugs that cake on the front of the coach. You can hook up a hose to that, spray off the front of the coach, easy cleanup. And then new for 23, they did add these are new seals, even though they look the same as 22, but that makes these doors a lot easier to close, and you don't fight them. You're not having to slam them and fight them to shut. They're not fighting you. They close easily. So nice storage compartment. You know, that was good storage there. We got some extra storage in here. There's some control panels up there. Those are some slide control panels. And then coming around to the entrance door here, we do have the grab bar going into the coach with the keypad, and it has a doorbell. So you can program this keypad to lock and unlock the entrance door, as well as all your compartment doors. And when you do open the door, this has a hydraulic system. The hydraulic steps make it nice, gradual walking in the coach and coming out of the coach. It makes it nice and level, going all the way in and coming all the way out. And of course you do have the screen door to close this off here. You'll notice a camera next to the door here. The camera, this comes equipped with the Omni 360 camera view. What is the Omni 360 camera view? So if you've seen the commercials with maybe the Ford pickup truck backing the boat into the lake, this has a bird's eye view. So on the monitor on the dash, you get a bird's eye view of the coach as all the way around you, as well as you still have your bullet side cameras on both sides, and then you have the side cameras as well as the front and rear to stitch those together and give you a bird's eye view. Going down the line here, we've got additional storage. As you notice, as I'm opening each one of these compartment bays, there's nothing in them. So the idea there is this is your patio side. So with these nice big patio awnings, I'll go ahead and mention this has the 2 Girard Nova awnings. I've got them all the way out right now. So they provide you a great shade out here in the summertime, spring, get the sun shining in this, and it provides you some really nice shade. Plus at night, for ambiance, you've got the LED lights running the length of these awnings. Also, when you run the slides out, if I'm not mistaken, there's LED lights under the slides, give you kind of some ground effects out here. But storage. These guys right here, these come shipped from Newmar. So on these cogwheel slides, you will have the rollers that are underneath the slide outs, especially on the full wall slide. There's little rollers underneath them, and those can be set right where the rollers are. So if someone's operating the slides when they're going in and out, and someone's walking on the slides, putting weight, those rollers will go down and they'll actually just roll across these, keep you from scuffing up the tile floor that's inside there. So that's what those are for. Coming down the line here, we've got the outside entertainment. So you got a 2-stage door. If you notice how it kind of is stopping at this angle, well, because you have a slide out right here, you don't want to do any damage to this door. So the idea there is to kind of a warning, hey, you know, don't go all the way up and hit this slide when it's out, but you can bring it all the way up. And now you just have to remember that it is up. Don't go running that slide out, you scratch up the door. We have an outside 43-inch Samsung LED television with a Bose soundbar. You'll notice there is a valve here. So behind this is the 150 gallons of fresh water, and that's the low point drain on that fresh water tank. You also have some USB ports, electrical outlets here if you want to have some access for charging or anything you wanted to plug in. And then down below here is the switch. You can switch the Bose speaker between the dash radio or the television sound. So if you're playing some tunes on the dash radio and you hear it outside, just flip it there and it'll play the tunes through the Bose stereo there. Also, that Bose is a Bluetooth speaker as well, so you can play your own tunes. All right. Got some LED docking lights here. You've got So the rear axle, from the rear axle to the front axle, is 345 inches. So the wheelbase on this is 345. Since we're talking about weights, the overall length is lengths and weights and whatnot. I'll go ahead and go over that with you. So the 4059 is 40 feet 11 inches overall. It's got a 13 feet ride height, 150 gallons of fresh water I just mentioned to you. You got 60 gallons of gray, 40 gallons of black water. The gross vehicle weight rating on this is 41,200 pounds. You got an approximate cargo carrying capacity of 6,700 pounds, which puts this empty at about 34.5 roughly. This is an exit door. When we get to the bathroom, I'll show that to you. But another thing unique to Newmar is pass-through storage on a Super C motorhome. So this goes, if you stay right there, I'll go around to the other side. You can see how that goes all the way through. And you do have a slide tray that goes about 3/4 of the way across. And you've got some this is an option. This one came with an additional slide tray in the storage area. You'll notice some loose tile, central vacuum hose hookups. They all come shipped with that. If you drop anything on the tiles and crack them inside, you do have some extra replacements just in case. These white panels over here to the side, you can operate your awnings from there. Those are the front and the rear awnings that are out right now. And then you can change out your filter on the vacuum system here. And it does come with a reducer. That's what that is there with that red handle too, to put that in place on the hitch on the back. This little switch here, you've got some nice bright LED lights on the rear of the coach at night. You need some light back here. Those will light up the rear of the coach. And then you have a pull switch here for more storage. You got some picnic tables, folding chairs, paddle boards, fishing poles, small set of golf clubs. You can fit some items in there if you had to. And then you do have some additional shelving here as well. And there is a little overhead light. If you're in here and you need some additional light in here, it does have a little switch here. Okay, so we got the 20,000 pound hitch on the back. It's pre-wired for brake controller. The Phillips, it says here, is for if you have a trailer that has a camera on the back of it or inside the trailer, you can toggle between the truck or the RV camera and the tow vehicle camera. And then if you get around to this side, in this compartment, this came with the optional 30 amp extra power. So when I'm running the 8,000 watt diesel generator, if someone has a trailer and they want to plug into the coach and provide the trailer with additional power, that's what that's for. So you can have some extra power. So, all right. On the 4059, the gray and the black water. So you got 60 gallons of gray water and 40 gallons of black water. So back up over the rail in the center of the coach is where your holding tanks are located. This is where everything dumps down to and dumps out to the bottom here. Those gate valves are located right here. So this is where you release the gate valves to dump the black water in the back where we just were. While we're in this bay, this is where your whole house water filtration system is, the outdoor shower, your city water. So you walk the city water hose up to hook it up, and they have these nice little flap seals where you can pop these in place. You close your door. It makes life a lot easier when you're hooking up and unhooking. Let's pull this out, and then there is a switch back here to run this back in. And then you have everything's nicely labeled here, so you can see where your sewer rinse is located. This is going to be for the autofill and low point drain lines on the hot and the cold water pump switch. Moving down the line here, we've got the 8,000 watt Cummins Onan diesel generator. Eight lead acid 6-volt batteries ran in series on a slide tray. Hydraulics, the Oasis hydronic heat system. So this is what heats the coach, gives you continuous hot water. And then the hydraulics is what will operate the big full wall slide. So speaking of that, so if you step back a little bit, Jody, so you have this is from here all the way to the back of the coach, almost all the way to the back of the coach. You have one big full wall slide. So something else that's very unique with Newmar is you get a big full wall slide on a Super C motorhome. You notice I'm not tall enough to reach, but you've got window awnings. So this has that package for the Dometic. They're manual, so you pull them out and strap them on here. If the sun's shining in at an angle, you pull those in, provide some nice shade without having to close your shades on the inside there. Again, we're on the driver's side now. Again, we got the opposite side for the fuel. So this is the other 50-gallon tank plus the DEF fuel. Again, just to point out, it is lockable. And being a Super C motorhome, you got the main entrance, the passenger entrance exit door, the driver entrance exit door. So when you're pulling in to get fuel, easy to get in and out. You got these nice grab handles when you're trying to get in the coach, leave the coach. These are air seats I mentioned, so you can raise and lower these. And then you have air lumbar support, and this is a set position there. And then there's some additional adjustments on the front of the chairs. All of the M2 106 will come equipped with the CB antenna. So it's pre-wired to add a CB radio. They don't come with them, but we can install that for you if somebody wants a CB radio. Moving around to the front. So here's that front camera, part of that 360 camera view package. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this forward. Get a good look at the power platform there. So if you do like to do your own maintenance, you can appreciate having access to, easy to get to all your belts and hoses, the fuel filter, power steering fluids, easy to get to, the dipstick on the engine oil, the transmission. That's the 8.9 liter, 360 horsepower Cummins diesel. Again, easy to get to everything. Come around to this side. Going to see where you're easy to get to the air filter, coolant, windshield wiper fluid, air dryers right there, very easy to access. So just some things to point out that make life easier when you're doing your own maintenance. And it's got soft close. Okay, let's go check out the inside. So I mentioned to you, this is a 2023 4059 bath and a half Remy exterior. When we go in, it has the Remy interior. So Remy exterior, Remy interior. And this is the Newport glazed maple matte finish cabinetry as you walk into the front. I'll leave the slides in just to kind of show you how easy it is. See, Jody's walking up front, no problem. So you do have a little bit of a gap here to navigate through when you're traveling if you need to get through. So when you're getting up, you want to get to the back, need to get to the bathroom, you can access the half bath easily here. If I need to get to the refrigerator and grab a soft drink or something out of there, you can still access those things without having to run the slides out. Okay, so right here at the front, we'll go over this. So this is a lot of the control panels for the coach. You'll notice on the top left here, it says solar prep. So this coach is solar prepped. Comes with the 6-gauge wiring harness running from the rooftop down to the battery compartment, making it easy for the dealer to add additional solar. If you do want to add additional solar, we have a package here at Transwest where you can install, I would recommend you can get 4 190-watt solar panels with the control panel put in. So feel free to reach out anytime. I'd be happy to get you a quote on that. Over-the-air antenna, 2800 watt pure sine inverter. This is the control panel power control system. So when you're running the generator, you're running on 50 amps, you're running on 30 amps. This is the power control module. This system here is your burner for the hot water system and the heat for the coach. Plus it has your alternating current AC 1 and 2 down below. Hydraulic jack controls, slide controls. If I want to turn the step on and off so that it doesn't go in and out every time you open and close the door, that's what this switch here is for. And these are some security lights. There's a reset. Things do need to be reset occasionally. So on the hydraulics, you can hold this down for 5 seconds and it will reset the hydraulic system if you have any kind of mechanical issues. And then over here you have in motion satellite system. So that turns that on and off. Battery disconnect on the house, entrance door lock, entrance lock, compartment lock and unlock, step cover. So if I hold this out, another thing unique to Newmar, so it does give you a step cover. If you need a little bit more height and it's harder to get to this area, you can actually use the step cover. Or if you have pets or small kids, keep everything level in the coach. And then coming back up here, you do have a block heater switch. If you're plugged in or you have the generator on, that will turn the block heater on to keep the fluids from gelling in the wintertime. Outside patio light. Yeah, everything's nicely labeled, easy to operate. Oh, I'm gonna need back in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and run the slides out. So again, I mentioned earlier that this has a cogwheel mechanism, electric slide outs, so that's what's operating these slides. This slide going out on the passenger side goes straight out and straight in. The slide going out over here on the driver's side is a flush floor slide, so it's going to drop down once it gets past that ramp. You'll see it kind of settle down. So we're all the way out. And then there's one more slide in the back. We've got a king size bed. While that's going out, why don't we just point out to the new system for 2023 on the Superstars is the connected solutions. So you have, if I click the home screen here, you can keep an eye on your house and your chassis batteries, your water levels, your light controls are here. If I want to raise the TV up and down, I can do it from here, or I can do it from the front as well. Water pump controls, generator controls, HVAC, Bluetooth. If you want to, there's a mobile app. You can download connected solutions with Google Play or the App Store with Apple, and have access to everything that you see here on your phone. Lights as well. Okay. While we're back here, we'll just kind of do a big circle here. So we got a king size bed in the bedroom here. We've got USB ports and electrical outlets on both sides of the bed. Some things I like to point out with Newmar is the room you get. So when you're making a bed, you're not fighting the wall. It actually gives you some nice room on both sides of the bed when it comes time to make the bed. You have some good movement there. You have day and night shades throughout All the windows will have the manual MCD roller shades. And then above the bed here, you've got electrical outlet inside the compartment overhead. There's access ports on both sides of the bed. If anyone has any CPAP machines, or you want to run any additional charge lines or anything out the bottom and have everything hidden up top here, it's nice to be able to close this off. And then over here on the side, on both sides of the bed, I mentioned the USB ports plus the electrical outlet, but you also have a little compartment down below there to keep your purse, keys, wallet, bottle of water, things like that next to the bed. 150 gallons of fresh water is down in the compartments below, not under the bed. So I can lift this up. You'll notice you got some really nice storage under the bed. And then you have these lift assists, so that makes life easier when it comes to raising and lowering the bed. This particular unit came with a pillow top mattress on it. Moving our way to the back, you do have a pocket door to close off the bedroom with the master bathroom. Excuse me. I mentioned outside earlier that this does have an egress door. So I'll open this up. You can see that's the egress. And then if you can get a shot, I'll try to get out of the way. So this comes off. Oh, I'm sorry. So it has a telescoping ladder and just a nice additional exit door. You never know if you get into a situation where you need to get out. A good friend of mine mentioned one time that if you left the front door open and a bear comes walking in, well, where do you go? You just go out the door here. Nice big shower here. Plenty of room. I'm 6'2". I got plenty of elbow room. This does have the aqua miser or the shower miser system. So this little handle here, when you have it to the recycle switch, this will change colors, let you know when you have hot water. And that way you're not wasting any of your 150 gallons of fresh water when you're waiting for the temperature to warm up. Lots of countertop space. Electrical outlets on both sides. Good use of medicine cabinets. Full extension drawer glides, so you have nice access to your drawers for all your toiletry items. There's some good storage under the sink. And you have 4 really good size pull-out drawers under the closet area. And then you have your closet. Let me move this out of the way. And then right here, so that gives you some nice deep storage down below there. And it goes down a good, I don't know, 2.5 feet or so. It's a pretty decent size storage compartment. And this guy I'm holding on to is the extra cushion to make the dinette into a bed, which I'll show you here in just a bit when we get up front. And then you have the stackable washer and dryer, as well as a nice big deep drawer below. So this bathroom is not lacking storage at all. Lots of storage. And then moving back to the bedroom, so in front of the bed here, more storage. Got some nice hanging storage there. You got some pull-out drawers. So this one comes out past this area, so you have full access to your drawer. And then you have some more storage here. And then this panel here is for entertainment. So you have an adjustable shelf here. It's pre-wired for a DVD player. If you got this is a HDMI for DVD. You want to put a game system in here. a receiver for your satellite. It's got all the room for it there for the bedroom. And then up above, we've got the 43-inch Samsung LED smart TV. And then more storage here as well. And each one of these closets does have one of these bright LED lights. All right, back to the kitchen area. So you do have a 19.7 cubic foot refrigerator, all Whirlpool, ice maker below, ice box down below the ice maker. So your freezer's all down below, fridge up top. And then Newmar puts these little locking mechanisms here. So when you close this off, I'll slide this over to the left. Keeps these from opening up while you're in travel. On a 4059 floor plan, you're going to get a bath and a half. Notice how this door, this cantilever door, opens inward. So when this slide is all the way in, it's not opening up on the carpet that's down below. That's what hides the seal. But if we come in here in the half bath, I'll open up these top cabinets here. There's some things I always like to point out. Newmar does a nice job with labeling all your house breakers, the fuses. If you look over here on the door over here on my right, or on the right side here, so everything's nicely labeled for the fuse panel there. It's out of reach of children. If the slides are in and you need to access the breakers and fuses, you're not having to crawl up under a bed while the slides are in and break your back. This makes life a lot easier when you're accessing it. Also in here, you've got this did come with the Newmar Wi-Fi. So the Newmar 7099, that's the code for setting up your Wi-Fi on this particular coach. And then you do have some additional storage. If you want to get a shot, I'll get out of the way. I opened up all those cabinets there. And there's a medicine cabinet right above the sink there. And then while we're right here, so this does have central vacuum on it. So if I flip this up, that pulls air in. So if I'm sweeping up in here, that's your inner vac. And then the vacuum hose will hook up here. When it comes time to vacuum in here, you can hook the hose up and vacuum the coach. Moving along down to the kitchen area. So if you notice, everything's flush. You got pots and pans. This is your workspace, so nothing's on level. Everything is on one level. The induction cooktops have these covers with cutting boards on the flip side of both of them. This induction comes out. You can simply unplug it down below here. Take this outdoors. Keep the odors outside. If you're cooking anything that stinks, keep those on the outside. But that's something else that's very unique with Newmar. I don't know if I've seen anybody else that has a removable induction cooktop in the RV industry. Nice big dual stainless steel sink, residential faucet head, kitchen window. Just some nice lighting in here. Good overhead storage. There's a lot of the extras that come with it. Looks like trash. Somebody put that in there. It's the lid on the toilet. But we got the owner's manuals are going to be all piled in here. And then down below we've got again, full extension and drawer glide. Nice big silverware drawer if you want to make it that. This is where a lot of your remotes get shipped to us from Newmar when they're brand new like this. A couple of Bose remotes, Samsung remotes for the TVs. There are some key fobs. There's 2 key fobs to lock and unlock all your compartment doors. There's extra touch-up paint material that it comes with. Some additional cords, just a lot of loose items that the coach does come with. And then you'll notice down below here we have a dishwasher. And then four more good size full extension drawer glides. And I didn't point this out, but it does have some nice pantry storage as well. So with the pantry storage, I pull on them. You can't pull them. You got to push to release. What's nice about that is when you're traveling, they don't go flying open when you take a hard right turn or anything, and all your stuff goes flying out here. So smart on Newmar's part. And then you have a little extra countertop space by flipping this up here. All right, I'll switch spots with you, Jody. So now we're in the living area. So theater seats. These are electric reclining. They're very comfortable. So the theater seats have been a nice addition in the past 3 or 4 years that Newmar's done. TV is a 50-inch LED smart television. I do have a switch over here to the side if I want to make that disappear. Simply one touch of the button and it will disappear. When I was in the back earlier and there was that cushion in the closet, I mentioned that's what makes this a bed. So there's a little handle underneath here that you flip, and then these come out. Simply push this down and you put these back. And then the cushion goes in here and you have yourself a little small twin size bed. Nice big drawers. See a seat belt there. So this does have seat belts under the one facing the front, so right here. Up above here, we've got a sound bar for the TV, for the entertainment area, plus additional storage. So if you'll notice right here, you've got two HDMIs, one for like a Blu-ray player, one for a receiver or game system of some sort, all tied into the TV area here. I always like to point out the insulation. So these headers and the slide outs, they keep it consistent from the ceiling to the rooftop. It's carried into the headers on your slides. Just what's that do for the user? So you have your air conditioner, you have two 15,000 BTU air conditioners. They won't work as hard in the summertime. Also, when you're running the furnace, it doesn't work the furnace as hard in the wintertime. It's quiet out, you're watching a movie, you're watching a ball game. You're not sitting there cranking the volume up because it's pouring down rain outside and you're hearing the rain. So I've heard that from other owners on different brands. So also, your air conditioners run right down the center of the coach. This decorative ceiling plenum simply pops down like so. So now you can see I can access my filters when it comes time to clean the filters. You just simply pop out of place. You can clean your filters, let them dry, pop them back in place, ready for use. And then you can see these vents. They run right down the center of the coach. And put this back in place. So when your slides are all the way in and you're running the air because it's 100 degrees outside, you want the air dropping in the area where you're cooling it. You don't want an air conditioner dropping air on top of a slide out. Something to point out. The air cab, I mentioned to you, this has the unique to Newmar is the air cab. So if you notice on the floor how it keeps it flush all the way going front from here all the way to the back is all one level. Okay, and as we get to the front here, we've got some nice use of storage. Get out of the way if you want to get a shot of all that. So that's some really nice cubby storage overhead. As you get to this storage, you'll notice in here you've got some labels in here. So Newmar puts the brand specialist phone number, so you have a contact with Newmar for any troubleshooting. You also have Freightliner support help. So whoever owns this coach does have some contact phone numbers should you ever have anything that questions and need help with. Up above here we've got the skylight. I'm gonna go up with it. The button's down here, but the shade's up top. But if you have a nice evening, got a big full moon, or you got a scene of the mountains in the background, this gives you some really nice natural light. And then coming up to the cab area, so I mentioned to you the OmniView 360 camera view. So that's going to be part of this 9-inch monitor here. So if I go into my menu and go to my camera system, you can see right now there's the image of the rooftop, and I can actually toggle through some different views around the coach. That's the left side and the bird's eye view, right side, front view, back. So there's a bunch of different views you can use. But going back to the menu, you've got AM, FM, Bluetooth, XM, Sirius satellite radio. It does have Nav and Go is a new system. I believe 2022 is when Newmar introduced Nav and Go, which is nice because you don't have to use a memory card to update it on a computer system. This has auto updates on it built in already. Down below here is a lot of the M2 controls and some of the additional, like the shade up and down switch here. You can lower the suspension using this switch here. The ceiling lights control, docking lights, generator on-off switch is located here. If I want to merge the house batteries with the chassis or merge the chassis with the house, you do have an auxiliary switch here. This is a regen button. If the dash cluster is calling for a regen on a hot day and you're continuously hitting red light after red light after red light and it's calling for a regen, you can hold this down and that will burn off the diesel particulates. Above that is a light test switch. If you activate the light test and you step out of the coach, you can walk around the coach, see what lights are not working. It'll go through a series of lights that you can see what's operating and what's not operating. Rear diff lock is located here, and then your lock and unlock cab doors, mirror heat. These are just some window controls. And then this is the 6-speed Alison transmission controls right here. Above here is a marker light, so it's a flasher. It flashes your headlamps. And then this switch, when I turn this on, I'll turn this on here. So down is in the off position, up is in the on position. That's your engine brake on and off. And you have a low, medium, and a high. So, and then over on the far left here, we do have cruise control, speed control, on, off, accelerate, decelerate, coast. And then there's some adjustments down below here for your dash lights. And then at this steering wheel, it is adjustable, so you can tilt and telescope the steering wheel. Yeah. So I think I've covered as much as I can think of on this coach. My name is Grant Russell. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to reach out anytime. My contact phone number and email address should be being displayed down below now. Please like and subscribe. Hope to hear from you, and happy camping. I'm out.